talk about domestic abuse so much and why it is important to me. Honestly, people don't realize that domestic abuse has trauma that comes with it. And trauma is one of the most ignored effects of domestic violence. A lot of women don't even want to say that they were traumatized. They don't want to really admit that they were traumatized, or they just don't know that they were traumatized. They just they're used to handling things themselves. They're used to doing things, being super women, domestic abuse victims. But a lot of victims are really traumatized. And honestly, trauma causes a lot of pain. Imagine being called by your lover or even your person in a relationship with, your husband and anybody, telling you you're ugly every day. You're stupid. You can't do anything for yourself. And then that gets in you. If there's one abuse that sticks with most women, it is trauma. It is emotional abuse. Emotional abuse will cause you trauma that lasts for a long time, even a lifetime. Many women don't even realize they're going through that. You find that a woman was living with a guy or living with a husband for 10 years, and for 10 years they were traumatized. They were not allowed to do anything. They were treated like a little kid and everything. This woman starts even to, or they're told they will never see their mother, or if they're here in America and that they don't have papers, so they start being scared. Trauma will cause this woman to either shut down or be depressed and things like that. I don't think people realize that domestic violence causes post-traumatic disorder. Like it causes things like depression. And depression is one thing that is ignored in domestic abuse. A lot of women don't even realize that they are depressed, that they are going through depression. And even if they go through depression, if they even exhibit anything that shows that they're depressed, they are called crazy. And the abusers use that word crazy to manipulate them, to hurt them, and to control them. The abuser will threaten them with the word "you're crazy," to tell them, "I will report you to CPS," and say that you are crazy so that they can take your kids away. Abusers will use the word crazy and make them feel that they are less than human beings. The kind of trauma that goes on, the kind of abuse that goes on that is emotional, it is very hurtful. So even if a woman is depressed, a lot of them don't even go for help. They don't even go to get medication or anything like that because they're scared. Their kids might be taken, or they're scared they will be considered incompetent. That's what they think. A lot of women don't realize, like in this country, women who men call them supposedly crazy, they have their kids. They can't keep their kids. They can, if they have to take medications or go for counseling and all that, there's help out there. Don't let somebody use the fact that you're mentally ill or you have a mental illness to control you. I'm saying this because I took a class I'm taking a class in domestic violence, and we did learn about trauma. Trauma can make a woman shut down, not seek help. Trauma will make a woman be abused, controlled, and hurt even more. And a lot of women who I have talked to will tell you that, he didn't beat me. He didn't hit me. But when I talked to this woman, I realized that this woman, even though she was not hit, I can tell that she is emotionally abused, meaning she is hurt and she is kind of in a stage whereby it is so hurtful that she doesn't even know what to do. And she's depressed, and because, but she herself doesn't even want to admit that, because admitting that would make the abuser uh, win, because this abuser has been telling them every day that they're ugly, that they're crazy. They use the word crazy to describe them every day. So this, they will not. I remember talking to one woman who had gone to a mental hospital because the husband has supposedly called the police on her and told her that she was crazy. So the police came and they took her to the mental facility. She stayed there for a day. The day I was called by a friend of hers was the day she had come out of the mental hospital. And I remember asking her, "How are you?" And she just started telling me what she'd been going through. And what I realized, that this woman had been going through so much. She wasn't mentally ill, but the kind of hurt that she was going through, with nobody trying to help her, with her not knowing what to do, was the one which was making her feel like she was crazy. She had been called crazy because some days the guy would shout at her and she would just shout back. And that shouting back, "Oh, you see, you're crazy." So this thing was being put in her head so much that the guy kept on repeating it. "You're crazy, you're crazy. You will call me stupid. You will hurt me. You will tell me the craziest. Call my mother stupid. Call my father. Call my family stupid and call me ugly. And then you expect me not to say anything." When I react, because you can only push somebody to the wall so much and they push back. And after they push back, now she's crazy. Now she's crazy. So I told that lady, "You need counseling. You need to talk to a counselor." And I told her, "Let's try counseling." So we found a place for her and she started counseling and everything is okay now with her. But let me tell you, what she found out later, she ain't crazy. It was that guy who was trying to make her crazy. And even the guy, when she started standing up for herself and said no. And that is why I tell most women, seek counseling. Seek counseling. Don't just not seek counseling. Remember, to most people, counseling is like going to a mental health facility for a lot of people, like from my country. It's like you tell them they go to a counselor, they're like, "I don't want to talk to a shrink." It's not. Counseling will help you figure yourself out, will help you maneuver your way out. So just seek help if you have to seek help, okay? But remember, trauma is there. Trauma is there. You are traumatized if you're going through domestic abuse. Those abuses, they hurt, they get in you, they make you feel that way. You know, the kind of abuse, emotional abuse. I know a woman who was never beaten physically. The trauma imprisoned her. Even if the door was left open, she couldn't leave the door because she believed that somebody will shoot her out there. Or the guy was watching her. You know, she almost like, okay, he's watching me. Because the guy has put it in your head. You're so traumatized that you believe everything. Personally, I remember, I can't even, because of the kind of trauma that I had, basically mine was I just blocked things out. I was told I wouldn't go back to Kenya, couldn't go back because I didn't have papers, there was no way out for me. I just blocked Kenya out at that time. I just stopped talking about Kenya. Slowly by slowly, guess what happened to me? I forgot a lot of stuff about Kenya. You ask me about my schoolmates, I'll only tell you one or two. I mean, I've tried to regain some of the things that I laid back there because it was too painful for me to go to, like realizing that I can't go home, I can't do this, and just shutting it off. It's been hard. It's been a struggle just trying to get that memory back. You know, counseling. I even went to Kenya, and hoping that I would even remember some. I can't, because I blocked it. It's been a work in progress. So seek help. Seek help. That's all I can tell you. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope this helps somebody. Thank you.